And you guys, of course, have been, put under that banner. Like every band in metal has to be. It seems like categorized as deathcore. Do you guys embrace that deathcore? Sort of that labeling of deathcore, or how do you see yourself as a band?
Um, yeah, it's good. Yeah, we've been said like, yeah, we're like pioneers of the movement, I mean,
Yeah,
but I just want to hear music that's like just new to us. Like we didn't set out to like rip off any bands. We saw what other bands are doing and kind of, we saw that we could do our own thing with the music and that we could expand on the music and different ways and but yeah, we do embrace the deathcore tag that goes with it. But we also feel like we're much more than that. But get that the term deathcore gets us gets us involved, in a scene, which is cool because they're in the scene. There's like fans of it, and they share and but with our trajectory as a band, we've been involved in like the progressive metal scene too, and like
right.
yeah, just
Metalcore, even
yeah,
yeah, just all that stuff. Yeah.
yeah,
Now,
hardcore and all that. Yeah.
yeah, and I mean, and like even like if we are going to talk about deathcore, how do you see modern deathcore today? How do you see the scene? Do you see it flourishing? Do you see it sort of diminishing? How do you see modern deathcore?
I mean, it's bigger than it's ever been, so
Yeah.
it's definitely flourishing. Yeah, bands seems like bands can get popular, real popular overnight now. So I mean, it's like you can't really predict the future, but I mean, it's in a best place it's ever been. So,
Yeah. Are there any bands out there right now who you're thinking, fuck, these guys are killer. These guys are great in this scene?
um, in the deathcore scene,
Yeah. Or even you're
um,
even in just extreme metal. Like like what bands have your attention right now? Who are you thinking, oh, these guys are excellent. Like these guys are making a statement.
I think my favorite release like last year was that new Blood Incantation album. I was like
Oh,
blown
nice.
away by it. It was because yeah, I loved Star Spawn, Hidden History, and then this new one they kind of followed that. They follow their muse and they have their own vision and they're executing it to perfection. And it's yeah, I love everything that band's doing. So and I love like weirdo music too, just stuff that's just like outside of the box. I don't know if Death Crips is a band anymore, but I've been really getting into them and just the drumming of Zach Hill and all his stuff and just yeah,
Yeah.
crazy guitar players like Mick Barr. That's just wacky and wild. Just I don't know, just stuff on the fringes of what's acceptable.
Yeah.
And but yeah, that stuff really in when I listen to that stuff, like when I come into Whitechapel, I can kind of project my own sort of personal preferences of what I'd like to hear in our music.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, I think Blood Incantation's great. Going back to that.
Awesome. I mean, and now since we're talking about, your choices, can you name for me like just three albums that influence you as an individual the most? Like Ben Savage, like what are the albums that like just three albums that you wouldn't be where you are today without them?
Oh, maybe Between the Buried and Me, Silent Circus. Uh,
Nice. Why'd you choose that one?
uh, because I remember when we were coming up, like me and my friends, yeah, we'd all like listen to that album a lot, and we'd like obsess over it. That one in Alaska, and yeah, I remember we just obsess over that, and definitely Opeth as far as yeah, just being a part of a friend group and just really connecting with music early on. As a teenager, yeah, we'd all listen to Opeth like Blackwater Park, Ghost Reveries, Damnation, and yeah, all that stuff was just mind blowing. And guess as far as like recent records, I guess in the past 15 years, I don't know. Catatonia Night is the New Day is one of my favorite metal albums of all time. So I'd say that. And then
Nice. Great.
also other records like going up, like Killswitch Engage, Alive or Just Breathing. That record is
That's a
incredible.
great album, man. That's a killer
Yeah.
album.
Loaded Radio.